This summer, the iconic Budweiser Clydesdales are making a stop in Toledo, and it's more than just a parade. For 15 years, Budweiser has partnered with Folds of Honor, a nonprofit that provides educational scholarships to the families of fallen or disabled U.S. service members and first responders.
Folds of Honor is about giving back to the military families and first responders. People that have made the ultimate sacrifice for this country have been severely disabled. We have raised a tremendous amount of money. We've raised $2.5 million in the last 8 years here for the local community. But these scholarships go throughout the United States. But having a partner like Budweiser, who's national, they do this all over the country. And True House does this locally. They're great partners, and every dime counts, and they've been tremendous.
Right now it's around 3:30 p.m. and the horses are getting ready to parade and make beer deliveries around downtown Toledo at 4 p.m.
People get so excited, you know, the crowds are just incredible. Everybody comes out to see them, and the louder the crowds cheer, the more excited the horses get.
I like to have a ponytail on the hair.
The Clydesdales are starting on North St. Clair Street and will make a stop at 4:30 for photos at the Fifth Third Field. They'll continue to parade around the stadium before the Toledo Mud Hens game tonight. Then at around 7 p.m., Budweiser and True House of Munch will present a donation check to Folds of Honor during an appearance at the game. If you couldn't make it tonight, no worries, because the Clydesdales return tomorrow at 4 p.m. for a full hitch appearance and beer deliveries through downtown Rossford, starting at the Hollywood Casino. And here's how you can support. For every 12-pack of Budweiser or Bud Zero you buy in 2025, a portion goes straight to Folds of Honor. The same goes for Budweiser's limited edition patriotic packaging this summer. I'm Nini Lakatos, Toledo Free Press.
I would say it's just amazing that we're able to come out and just be a part of the air show. I know my daughter, you know, just all that she has gone through, just to come on out and just to have a fun day.
Partnering with the Toledo Air Show gives us that chance to connect with them in person, have them meet other families who've gone through the same thing and had a wish granted by us.
I can't wait to see more airplanes fly.
We're kind of like a hidden gem. Most people, when they come, they come back.
I mean, coffee is so much more than just the drink, right? It's spending time with people, it's getting to know them.
Essentially, I think it's not just about transparency, I think it's about accountability. But one of the big things that I'd like to implement at the city is what is essentially a portal that has all the recordings, all the meeting minutes, all the agendas, all the
So
packets.
I would really like to just kind of slow things down a little bit, get community input on what direction do we want to go as a city.
We see a repetitive pattern where the decisions they make and how they make them are just hurting way too many people. The sewer ordinance wasn't just one thing. The sewer ordinance was a series of really, really bad judgment calls.
Individuals that are in office are not listening. They're just not doing their job. Big example is people coming up to the podium and they're not allowing them to speak.
Going into the Toledo Zoo for their 125th birthday bash and summer season kickoff event. For this year's celebration, I got to try some food samples, watch live entertainment, and even have up-close animal encounters.
We've grown into this huge establishment and such a gem in Toledo, and we've got over 16,000 animals now, so many animal species. Everything around the zoo is really going to come alive and open up. Our animal feeding demonstrations are happening, some animal shows.
Some things that make the Toledo Zoo stand out would be their diverse collection of animals, innovative exhibits, and commitment to conservation and education.
Within the education program, we work with a lot of different animal ambassadors. So these are animals that we take to different programs for people to see up close, like Rosie, our sloth. And we do a lot of training with the staff and with the animals to make sure that they're a good fit.
Attendants seemed to enjoy the event while exploring the wide variety of activities the Toledo Zoo has to offer.
We got to see a sloth, a chinchilla, and we got to feed the giraffes. That's always fun. I just think it's a really important place for Toledo. It's a safe place for families to come and have fun. Safe place for adults to come and have fun. They have all the after hours events, and just to have something like that in Toledo is so important.
If you want to join in on the fun, Saturday, May 24 and Sunday the 25th is the perfect opportunity. Guests can enjoy live entertainment, interactive activities, and more. I'm Nini Lakatis, Toledo Free Press. I'm here in downtown Toledo where Democrats are gathering to take a stand against Senate Bill 1. Senate Bill 1 is set to go into effect by the end of June, and Toledoans have concerns.
So we heard, I think it was hundreds of hours of testimony against Senate Bill 1, and they still passed it.
The bill was introduced by Ohio Senator Jerry C. Serino and passed on February 12. This bill, officially called the Enact Advance Ohio Higher Education Act, would ban diversity, equity, and inclusion in job descriptions, scholarships, and admissions.
A lot of that, I think, has to do with restricting power, restricting freedom of thought, and restricting freedom of speech. I think restricting topics, you make them taboo. It doesn't mean they don't exist, and it doesn't mean that people aren't going to discuss them. The best place to discuss them is a place of education.
I think that people aren't going to be afraid to teach what they need to teach. Investigations might be going on if a student replies a certain way. I think that those kind of initiatives are just harming freedom of speech.
Democrats are hoping to get signatures by the 25th to get this bill on the ballot in November for a fair vote. If enacted in the end of June, this law also bans full-time faculty from striking and limits academic partnerships with China, while imposing no such restrictions on other countries. Once these petitions are signed, they'll be sent to Columbus for review. Will the petition be successful? We'll have to wait and see. I'm Nina Lakatis, Toledo Free Press. I'm here on Alexis Road where the Toledo-Lucas County Public Library is breaking ground for a brand new Washington Branch location. This is the first project in a decade-long plan to expand and modernize 19 of the library's 20 locations. Today's event marks the beginning of a new chapter for the community.
We're blessed to have one of the best library systems in the country. We really are. It's forward-thinking, progressive. It's always ahead of the curve in terms of the services it provides. And to be able to introduce those services into a part of town that hadn't had them for a while, is important.
Executive Director Jason Kuchma, joined by Mayor Wade Kapsikevich and County Commissioner Anita Lopez, are leading the ceremony today.
It's an exciting day for our community. This is the first of dozens of projects we're going to do for the community based on a bond issue that our voters approved last November. Our existing Washington branch is well loved by the community and well used, but it's also not big enough. And we knew that from our master plan, we needed to add about 10,000 square feet. And so this branch will be bigger. It will have more meeting space for different types of groups to meet.
With a $153 million investment from the community, the Toledo-Lucas County Public Library has launched an ambitious building project that will ensure everyone in the Toledo region will have the opportunity and resources to connect, learn, grow, and discover.
It represents a new future, a new beginning, and not just the residents, but for the whole county, all of our patrons.
Construction is expected to wrap up by late 2026. For now, the current Washington branch is still open until Saturday, August 9. I'm Nini Lakatis, Toledo Free Press. I'm here at the No Kings protest in downtown Toledo, where thousands have gathered near Promenade Park to stand against what they call abuses of power, cruelty, and corruption.
It's just real scary as a vet to see that they're mobilizing the National Guard and the Marines. I cannot imagine that when I was 20 years old to have to pick up a gun and aim at my own people. We can't have that.
What's going on right now with ICE is targeting people who are law-abiding, and that's a problem for me. I feel like it goes against what I've been taught as a Christian. And, Jesus was an immigrant, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a refugee himself.
The protest is co-hosted by groups like Toledo Persists, Lucas County Democrats, Toledo Troublemakers, Indivisible, and Women's March.
Trump pardons his cronies, his buddies who give him donations. He pardons anybody who campaigned for him. It's absolutely wild that this stuff is just going unchecked. So we are here to make sure it does not.
I think it's just really important that we have a presence here in Toledo. There's about 1,800 of these protests all across the United States today.
It's 1:30 p.m. and there's well over 2,000 people at this event. Definitely a lot of people just holding up signs, protesting, chanting. There hasn't been any violence, use of tear gas. There has been a couple agitators, but the police have swiftly taken care of that.
And what is he doing today? He's hiding behind a military parade.
The protest today coincides with Donald Trump's birthday and the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary parade, which will take place tonight in Washington, D.C. at 6:30. I'm Nini Lakatis, Toledo Free Press.